Elizabeth.
Yes, you do.
Yes, you do. You do.
These are songs for
as you can see,
The View that I'm creating.
Today on The View, Elizabeth's husband, Tim Hasselbeck, is swapping jobs with his wife, sitting as our guest co-host today. Welcome.
Now, as we were standing back there, you're really nervous. Which is worse, like ready to go out into the field to play, or standing back there with all of us? Because you would.
Well, standing back there with you guys, not the hard part, but there's no doubt I'm more nervous for this. Because when you're playing football, you have a helmet on, no one can see you. Now you're talking, it's a totally different deal.
Well, we're glad you're here. We're glad you're here.
Anybody wish you luck?
Oh, everyone's been very nice so far, but I have a feeling.
That you're on?
Well, the kids know. You know how the kids know is, we're switching jobs. So Elizabeth thinks that it's permeating every aspect of our marriage and everything. So last night when Isaiah, I think we have a picture of Isaiah, our little guy who's almost 6 months. He wakes up. So he wakes up very cute now at 3 in the morning, not really that cute when he's screaming and has a dirty diaper. And so there he is crying, and I get this right here. We're switching jobs, buddy. He's yours. Go feed him. No. I thought this was just a job swap. I didn't realize it was 3 in the morning.
Now, see, normally we see you as a commentator on ESPN's NFL Live, and tomorrow we're showing you how Elizabeth did when she sat in for you. So how does it compare, The View to NFL Live?
Well, the biggest difference is, look, as a guy who played football, my job is I get to watch football. So many of my friends are like, dude, seriously, you watch football for a living and then talk about it? Yeah. And the issues, quite honestly, they're not nearly as controversial as a lot of the stuff that you guys talk about here.
State of the Union.
Oh, exactly. So I think Bill and Barbara, when they scheduled this, it was a cruel trick having the State of the Union last night. But
well, actually, it could have been worse because you could have been with us like a week ago and talked about the G-spot. So I think you're doing okay. President Obama gave his State of the Union speech last night, and a lot of people said he needed to redeem himself and renew America's confidence in their government. So, you guys, did you watch, and how did you think he did?
For me, I feel like I voted for this man for 4 years. I am in it for 4 years with him, and it just, I thought it was great. One thing that he said that I loved was he said saying no to say no is not leadership. Right. Which I liked, but I thought he did a great job. I thought if you were against him, you were still going to be against him. Right.
There was a certain begging in his tone every once in a while, like, I can't do this alone, guys, And I felt that he was talking to the Republicans and some of the Democrats when he said, come on, you got to meet me halfway here. We got a lot of problems.
We talked in the dressing room when we were upstairs about some of the small things that each of us noticed that were, maybe not the most important things, but certain things that made us say, oh, look, you had one.
Oh, yeah, I definitely had. Well, I thought at the beginning, when he's coming out, he walks into the room and he has a ton of confidence, and then he's greeting people, and you can see his reaction. But, people are talking about, is there a rift between he and Nancy Pelosi? Look at the handshake with Joe Biden, and then Nancy Pelosi, it's a handshake, dead fish handshake, a little thumb war. Give me my hand back, I'm giving a speech, and there's definitely, to me, look, here again, look at how happy
dead fish handshake and thumb war.
She almost looked as if he was going to kiss her.
Dead fish handshake and thumb war.
I was like sweating watching it, thinking,
dead fish
handshake. Gentleman, he was talking with Hillary when he said, you're
President Barack Obama
and people thought he's being chauvinistic. He's a gentleman, this guy. We're not used to that with George Bush in the White House being there.
Sourpuss faces.
There were a few sourpuss faces.
One of the things that made, that he lays out his program on taxes and health care that he's not going to walk away from and freezes and so on. But one of the things that he really may be able to change, because the others have brought a subject, is don't ask, don't tell. So he says, I'm going to repeal don't ask, don't tell.
Don't ask, don't tell.
At the military when he says,
don't
look
ask,
at those
don't
faces.
don't ask, don't ask, don't ask, don't tell, don't tell, don't tell, don't tell.
After we saw that, I have a good friend of mine who served 2 tours in Iraq, and I immediately got in touch with him after that, and I said, what do you think about this? He said, the truth is, it really should be about, it doesn't matter, do your job. And he told me in his 2 tours, in his platoon, he had a gunner who was gay. And he said, you know what? He was as fearless as anybody in our platoon, and it didn't matter. He said, now listen, the other people that didn't do their job, He said, then they get moved out of it because it's about how it affects the unit. It's not just about each individual.
But this is part of the issue, and